It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From Bankers Life Fieldhouse, tonight it's the Indiana Pacers getting set to match up with the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks control the tap. To Moutier. Hardaway. Has a look. Volley shot won't fall.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Oladipo to Collison. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Moutier to Hardaway. Kevin Knox. Gets a look. Can't hit. Turner to Oladipo. And he finishes at the rim.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
Kevin Knox at the line. And hits the first free throw. Second and 3 is good. Three for 3. Nice. Indiana with the basketball. Yes, Victor Oladipo. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You know, when I sit down and I think about it, it really blows my mind at how far Depot has came over the past 3 seasons. That first stop in Orlando, I remember watching a kid who had crazy talent and at times showed glimpses of brilliance, but also was really inconsistent. But in OKC, though, something changed, and it had to be the influence of Russell Westbrook. When you're around a dude that plays with 110% every day of the week, that has to push you mentally to levels that you never experienced before. That was the first time in his NBA career that he played meaningful basketball. He played with a purpose. Now when I look at him, I see a refocus. I see the dedication to the game he loves. There's no doubt now that he is the leader of this franchise.
Miles Turner slams it down.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Kevin Knox to Moutier. Here's a chance from long range. Moutier can't get that one to go. Defense was all over him. Into the front court comes Collison. He'll run the offense. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Moutier into the front court. Down 2. Hardaway. To Kevin Knox. Going to launch beyond the arc. He made his first effort, but not that time. Collison into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Oladipo. Oh, had him going there for a second. Baseline drive. Yes, Victor Oladipo. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
The NBA's most improved player was a guy that always invested in himself, both on and off the court, but he always put in the work to be better, was a sponge for information, an insatiable appetite to be the best. But the difference is, he's believing in himself. Whether that's singing at the NBA award show or performing at the highest level on the court, it's safe to say that Victor Oladipo has officially arrived.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Collison. to Oladipo. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Yes, Victor Oladipo. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Defense taking a page from Ntilikina. Missed the 3. Pacers control. Cleans it up. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To Kevin Knox. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. The follow won't go either.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Oh, they call him for the foul.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Team foul number 1. First foul in the last 2 minutes.
Yes, Victor Oladipo. That's now 5 in a row without a single miss.
The NBA's most improved player was a guy that always invested in himself, both on and off the court, but he always put in the work to be better. Was a sponge for information, an insatiable appetite to be the best. But the difference is, he's believing in himself. Whether that's singing at the NBA award show or performing at the highest level on the court, it's safe to say that Victor Oladipo has officially arrived.
First one goes down.
Substitutions in the
And he makes them both. And scores. Strong take.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. It's good. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. We're through one at Bankers Life Fieldhouse with the Pacers on top. Back with more from Indiana. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. It's Indiana basketball. Oladipo. Screen coming. Short jumper stays out.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Evans. Lays it up and in.
And for all the people out there that thought Tyreke Evans' career was on the decline, he proved you wrong. He only went out there and averaged better than 19 points per game, the most since his rookie season.
Joseph with it. The lead is 12. Here comes the screen. Oladipo to Evans. For 3. Rebound taken by the Knicks. Ntilikina with the basketball. Minute gone by in the second quarter. And the finish at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Pacers with the possession. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
First try at the line, no good.
To the line, shooting 2. Substitutions, Indiana. Substitutions, New York.
Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Moutier with it up top. Down 11. Trey Burke buries it on the catch and shoot.
You know, sometimes it takes a little while to figure things out. Towards the end of the 17-18 season, Trey Burke finally looked like the guy who was drafted 9th overall. In fact, he looked even better, hungrier than I've ever seen him before. He even braided his hair to resemble his idol, Allen Iverson. I'd keep an eye out and see what he can do in this one.
Oladipo. That one off the mark. It's no good. It goes down.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Evans to Oladipo. Baseline drive. Down the lane, but the shot won't fall.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Indiana with the basketball. Oladipo to Collison. For three, and knocks it down. Jay, for the defender, tough to gamble once the ball's behind the arc.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Substitution being made in this one. Collison. Wide open look, won't go. Trying to cash in. Shot won't go. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Runner here, won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
From the painted area, won't go down. The follow won't go either. Into the front court comes Collison. 2-point advantage to Oladipo. Fires the three. It's good.
The NBA's most improved player was a guy that always invested in himself, both on and off the court, but he always put in the work to be better. Was a sponge for information, an insatiable appetite to be the best. But the difference is, he's believing in himself. Whether that's singing at the NBA award show or performing at the highest level on the court, it's safe to say that Victor Oladipo has officially arrived.
Collison into the front court. Leads three. Young on the drive, but his shot won't go.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
To Kevin Knox. Count the basket at the rim.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Oladipo into the front court. Leads one. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Fires the three.
3 points. The assist from number 2, Darren.
We reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
The Pacers are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. Clear. Fellas, back to you.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Oladipo into the front court. Leads a bucket. Young to Evans. Screen coming. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
And his canter. He's 3 for 7.
Enes Kanter, a former number 3 overall pick for the Jazz, maybe hasn't lived up quite to the high of billing just yet, but he's put together a few solid years and actually wound up 6th in the league in rebounding just a season ago. Plus, you gotta love the way he tries to troll LeBron James on social media.
Knocks it down off the step back.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Oh, the Pacers come away with the steal.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Shot from the lane won't go. Kevin Knox to Kanter. And his Kanter above the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Collison. Short jumper off the mark.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Oladipo into the front court. Lead is 2. Add 2 points to the board.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Stuffs it down with authority.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Pacers control. On the pass, stolen by Indiana. Can't do that.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Oladipo to Turner. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. Victor Oladipo. Well defended. To Hardaway. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
It's Indiana basketball. Oladipo.
2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Here comes the screen.
Big screen right there, big screen. Shot up.
Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Oladipo into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. To Collison. 5 to shoot for Indiana. To Oladipo. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Moutier to Kevin Knox. Hardaway. Tim Hardaway Jr. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Hardaway. Gets to the basket and scores. Now the Pacers go to use a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. New blood coming in for both sides.
Substitutions, Indiana.
To Oladipo. The Knicks clear the board. Burke with it. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. Tim Hardaway Jr. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Victor Oladipo with the slam.
The assist from number 6, Corey Joseph.
17-footer at the buzzer. That's the end of the third quarter. The Knicks have the lead. The Knicks to inbound here to start the fourth quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
Hardaway to Moutier. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Emmanuel Moutier, if he can improve his shot, look out.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
Hardaway. Pacers secure the rebound to Evans. Oh, I missed a short one there. Hardaway. And the basket good at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Has a chance. Shot by Evans won't fall. To Moutier. Hardaway. Oladipo grabs the board. Cashes in for 2.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Knicks with the basketball to Moutier from long range. Moutier can't get that one to go. Defense was all over him. Evans to Oladipo. Evans. Second and a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Timeout here for the Knicks. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with 1 remaining.
You know, Ed, usually in timeouts, you see coaches give these rah-rah speeches. And what happens is it goes through the player's left ear and out the right. They don't pay attention. I've been a part of those huddles. What I just saw, though, I saw a coach snap a clipboard. No doubt about it, he has his team's attention.
To Oladipo. Collison to Oladipo. Has a look. Jumper's good.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Kevin Knox. Beyond the arc for 3. Well defended, but Knox with the 3.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Into the front court comes Collison. The margin standing now at 7. Gets a shot up, off the mark. Moutier into the front court. He'll run the offense. Tim Hardaway Jr. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Tim Hardaway Jr. epitomizes what it is to be a Knick. As someone who grew up in the tri-state area, you're used to seeing guys like Oakley, John Starks play with that passion, play with that fire. Tim Hardaway answered the bell, especially last year, doing his thing right after Kristaps Porzingis went down before All-Star break.
Moutier with it up top. Lead stands at 7. Hardaway. Pacers have it. Trying to cash in and buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
New York in control of the basketball. Moutier. Oh, the Pacers come away with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
To Kevin Knox. Collison into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. Darren Collison, 3 for 6 now.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Now a whistle, and Indiana is going to use a timeout. But this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence. Shifting gears. Here come some substitutions. Collison can't get the bounce. Moutier into the front court. Leads 5. Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down. To Collison. Rebound comes down to the Knicks. Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
This is a close game, and possessions are at a premium. That's a good move to stop the clock.
So now time for the intentional foul. They'll make them finish this out at the free throw line.
This is why teammates love him. Yeah, that was an aggressive play, but you're also sending a message, setting the tone. You can't half-step on that.
And gets both to drop at the line. Now the Pacers going to use a timeout. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. Time for some new personnel into the game.
Number 23, Draper.
Collison to Oladipo. Able to convert inside.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
And now an intentional foul, so they'll send him to the line. 2 free throws here means it's a 3-possession game.
Too close to call right now. We're in clock management mode. That was a good play.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2.
Good shot, man.
Pacers with the possession.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Oladipo buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
And an intentional foul here in the closing moments. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference in what is now a 2-score game.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning a timeout.
2 for 2 on that trip. That's a 5-second violation. Deep three at the buzzer. It's a victory for the Knicks as they get a good win on the road. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
The Knicks emerged victorious after a tight finish. And of course, I've got to mention how many times they scored from beyond the arc. They were so confident with the three ball, and it was instrumental to their success. The Knicks. The Pacers lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. This loss is sure to be all the more bitter because of how well they shot from beyond the arc. Their percentage from three-point range was outstanding. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Indiana Pacers.
Player of the game.
Knox was happy to throw down plenty of dunks. And if the defense happened to be there, he brought them along for the ride.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.